Welcome back to Secrets of the Opposite Sex. I'm your host, Tasha Ray.
And I'm your co-host, Drew Comments, back in the world once again.
All right, and we are back with a full house for the season finale of season 6. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
What it do? What it do?
Ooh, finale.
Yeah. All right,
What
ladies first.
happened in the finality?
Okay, here we go.
Finality? You made up a new word.
Finality.
Already out the gate, Nico. All right, so we're going to go ahead and introduce yourselves. So, ladies first.
Darby Smith from That Boot. I'm from Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'm 29.
Hey y'all, it's Lala. I'm from Atlanta and I'm a 36-year-old millennial.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Peyton Young, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, currently residing in Columbia, South Carolina, 27.
Mike, originally from Florida, living in DC. The Gemini, aka Brother Mike.
Is Terrell, 33 years young, located in the nation's capital of Washington, D.C., and your resident homosexual is back to cause more chaos today.
Put into that too. Sure.
What's up? I'm Nico, 36, Harlem, USA.
And just for anybody that was wondering, I am 38. I'm currently residing in your girl's dreams. Just think I'm playing stop. But no, we in Jersey. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not in your girls, Drew. Moving right along. So since this is the finale episode, we'll be flashing back and pulling some questions from previous episodes, along with a couple new ones from the dating and relationship party game Secrets of the Opposite Sex, which you can download on Apple App Store and play from home. So the very first question I have for the evening is going to be, what's a green flag you overlooked in the past that you pay more attention to now?
Drew. That's what every woman's answer should be. I'm just playing. I'm really joking. Y'all got it.
So, okay. And I was clearly childish at the time. But in college, I was dating, well, kind of like two guys, but one of them invited me over, made dinner. It was nice, sweet, spent the night. The next morning, I laid out my clothes, getting ready for class. I was about to hop in the shower. And he was already ironing his clothes. Before I got in the shower, I asked him to leave the iron so that I could do mine after him. When I got out the shower, he had already ironed my clothes. I was so freaked out. I never talked to him ever again.
What?
Yo, you see, fellas? You see what happens?
That was too much.
He said, "How dare you?"
Get out of here.
Wait.
How dare you?
What about your clothes being already ironed and you being
You use too much
considered?
starch?
It was, for me, if I felt like he was doing too much, he was overstepping boundaries. I don't know what the boundaries were at the time, but I felt invaded. And
Gotta
I
go.
just was like, woo. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And I was like,
That is the greenest flag if I've ever seen it.
Right. He took
Looking out for
initiative.
you, sis. Trying to make sure you're on time. Yeah. So you proposing?
I wasn't ready for that yet. So
That's too much.
yeah, clearly
Ooh,
was
I've
childish.
heard it all.
Wait, were you a freshman?
Sophomore.
So that makes sense. All right.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
Next time.
I was 21 and I was like, I don't know.
Did you tell him why you ghosted him though? Did you ever meet him?
Several years later, we had a talk.
Oh wow.
I'm laughing, but I guess I'm really no better. Okay. I mean,
none of
the
y'all know
guy,
better.
he was just it wasn't exciting enough. Like,
in what way?
it was very safe, it was very comfortable, but it just wasn't.
That's my issue. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want it to be toxic. I'm just saying that it wasn't. Maybe it could have been.
Write this down. Don't
wait. Okay, wait. Okay, what I'm saying is maybe we were compatible, but we weren't compatible enough.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay, yeah. It could have been more.
You wasn't feeling him. Period.
Like, it could have been more.
Yeah, because if I'm feeling you, like there's very little you could do to turn me off. So I feel like something like that, if I liked you, it wouldn't be a big deal. But like if I'm already like
on the fence,
like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, don't write that in the book though. Okay, I was
writing it down.
Please give me grace.
I'm laughing at y'all, but I'm guilty of the same thing. There was a young lady, like legitimately one of the best human beings I've ever met, like regardless of gender. I ain't gonna hold you. She even cooked for me one time, went and brought the groceries and all that. And for whatever reason, like I was just like not
She
wanting
brought the
a
groceries and
relationship.
she cooked them.
Yes, at my apartment. And I
Hey,
Ooh, two
and
things I've never done.
you know what
Oh,
I'm
all right. I know that's right. Yeah.
saying? And didn't feel the need to like I wasn't compelled to like, okay, I gotta cuff her. And it was
that's
yeah.
fair.
So
That's fair. That's
I've been
fair.
there.
You can't control your feelings. You can't. And once I realized that, it's just way smoother in relationships. Like, because you
Right.
will sometimes beat yourself up and be like, oh my gosh, this person is like amazing. Like, why? But
Yeah. You
like
don't feel it.
like as someone that's felt those sparks before, I'm like, see, if you don't feel it, you just don't feel it. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate. And they're a great person, but they're just
you're a
not
great
your
person.
person.
The checklist don't really matter if you really ain't feeling him.
But we will tend to beat ourselves up sometimes when we are older and more so we're like, wow, this person's a great person. Like they do all this. They have a great personality, great relationship with their family. Why am I just not feeling them like that? And I
Sometimes
just
you're
have to
just not
realize,
feeling it.
When it was me, it kind of fell on me because I knew this person was like so fantastic, but I just wasn't ready to stop bullshitting.
Mm.
So I
Real.
kind of had to remember that guilt of, oh shit, I'm kind of fucked up because I'm on my bullshit and this person actually is not. So I got to kind of take the brunt of that on the bad side. So usually it's just if it's I'm somebody ready to not play and I'm still bullshitting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
but see, you save them heartache. I appreciate that way more than someone that like tries. Because I have a lot of homeboys and they will often be like, oh yeah, she's great. And I know what they're doing like behind closed doors. And they're like, but like, she's amazing. And I'm like, but you're doing her a disservice. Like, just leave her alone.
Mm-hmm.
And let me go.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go. You could have left me alone.
Yeah, you could
I
have
was
left
just
me
doing
right over
I was
here.
just doing
That's
pottery
fair.
and reading books before
That's
I
what Lloyd Banks said, I love you enough to let you go. You know?
Yes.
All right. So the next question, guys, is how has dating in today's world affected your faith in relationships or love? Ooh, that laugh. The immediate laugh too.
And let me know I needed to make
Oh,
sure it was present,
oh
and
my
that we was on the
gosh.
same page. And if we weren't, it's time to go. Healthy boundaries, respectfully,
Yeah.
You and these
by
boundaries.
human.
What you
Yeah,
got somebody that ain't got none?
No, I am bored to know.
love my
Got to have them
boundaries.
boundaries. I don't think
Hmm.
my faith has wavered any. I think I'm just a little more honest with myself about what dating and relationships looks like today. You know, mixed with them boundaries because hell yeah on the boundaries. Got to have those. That's a non-negotiable. I'm so sorry.
So, is the boundaries for everybody or the person you don't like?
No,
Everybody.
boundaries for
I'm asking.
everybody. Do the boundaries
Mhm.
change depending on the person? They have to. They must.
Okay.
He warming up. He warm. He ain't hot yet. He warm.
I'm just saying, you know how it go. Like the boundaries for some people, if you don't really like him, is all the way up here. If you feeling him, they're all the way down here.
You're not entirely wrong. I'll be honest with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you're not
it's the same
entirely
way for me.
wrong.
Yeah. Hey.
Them red flags turn to green real quick. You like them.
Okay.
If she liked him enough, them Iron Boy would have been all right. But anyways,
I'm
I
good.
did like him. I liked him a lot, but that was just too much.
Too much.
It only been a week. I just met you. Why you iron my clothes?
I mean, that feels committal almost when you do that.
if he would have folded your laundry, that would have been like, all right, he going through your panties, cool. That would have been like, all right, he doing a lot. But ironing your clothes.
I would have sick my cousins on him if he would have went through my laundry. Are you kidding?
Exactly. Like, that's understandable. Like, ironing your clothes, you already got it out. I see what it look like. I ain't go through your drawer and pick it out for you.
What is the equivalent of doing too much? Like that was what it was for you as a woman. What is it for you guys as a man, as a woman, doing too much a weekend?
Good question.
Cooking for me. Don't cook for me. Yeah, don't do that.
You don't gotta eat.
If we are not in
Okay.
no, seriously.
I like
My
to
kind of
eat.
guy.
If we
Juice,
are not
speak
in
for
a,
yourself.
if we
You on an
not
island.
in, here's the thing, if we are not in a committed relationship, do not cook for me, bro. Sister, ma'am,
I need
Miss,
to know if you cook.
do not,
You
do
know,
not,
I need to know
don't
if you
cook for me yet. I mean, I don't really look. Here's the thing.
Why?
If we're not already committed, and because like if we just a situationship, don't be don't go for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you're forcing me into like this position where now I gotta take it to the next level. Like now, like it's like I'm being influenced and coerced. If we get into a relationship, we committed. Hey, you and I are together. You my girlfriend. I'm your boyfriend. Then if you want to throw down, by all means, I'm with it. But yeah.
I mean, I would have to say, don't do my laundry because I'm very particular about my clothes.
Don't do my
I like some shit going delicate. You just ain't finna throw everything in there and just press colors, and it's just gonna come out good. Shit start fading. Now I'm pissed off. Don't touch me.
Yeah, no thank you.
Hot water on my box.
Yeah.
You using some cheap detergent. What's this 99-cent joint? Like, come on, now I'm upset.
I don't know. I'm from Louisiana, baby. If you gonna cook for me, I'm gonna eat it. Like, where you from? You from New Orleans? You from Lafayette? Where you from? Yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
They told us not to eat a girl spaghetti, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Story.
Why not?
Story.
Mike said, why not?
Look, I had just made spaghetti not knowing that this guy I was dating was going to then come over and then be like, hey, you know what we eating? And I was like, I made spaghetti. The man turned his drawers inside out to make sure I did not do hoodoo on him.
What?
Wow.
This man is getting ready to still eat the spaghetti nonetheless, okay?
I'm
But
looking for that plate.
them drawers was inside out, baby.
Wait, explain, because Mike said why.
I don't know hoodoo culture. Y'all seen Sinners. Okay.
With, like the period
I don't know
blood
hoodoo and
spaghetti.
voodoo, but it's almost a curse or like a make
It's
a
a love
man
spell.
stay with you or a love spell. Yeah, to make them spaghetti. If they don't turn them drawers inside out, she gonna get you.
Okay,
She's gonna
it's
put
not.
a little bit of that menstruation in the spaghetti.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
just spaghetti. Yeah, I was like, let's make
Red
that
sauce.
clear.
Any
You
red
can't do
sauce,
stuff.
but if you're from Louisiana, it's gonna probably either be red or white sauce.
Right. But the menstrual blood in the spaghetti is the
Yes,
key. That's the
yeah.
key to get them hooked the hook in, and that's what they say. Now listen, I'm not
Okay,
necessarily I believe
educated.
the wrong way. Oh, I went to A&T. But look, listen, the thing is, I learned a whole bunch of stuff when I was down there. But look, the thing is like this though. Even I'm not saying I agree one way or the other as far as it like the hoodoo being real and magical and all that. I don't know how you want to feel. But like just the sanitation level of that. I ain't known you for 3 weeks yet, and I'm already eating your blood. Like this is a little much.
Oh God.
Oh, you have so
Like,
much faith
never.
in men. Oh, you have so much faith in men. I was like, you think that's weird, but that is very normal without the
normal.
spaghetti.
Very normal.
Like running the red
That's
light. Do you
so
know what
funny.
happens when they run
Oh,
the red
yeah.
light?
No.
I
Running
yeah,
it,
and-
eating is 2 different things.
yeah, running and eating is two different things. Like you said, like
No. Okay.
Hey.
Homosexual in me is so confused right now.
Yeah.
Because what I'm trying to place how we got.
Yeah, I
here.
tried to keep it, friend. I tried to keep it PG.
Alright.
We can blame Drew for really taking us there.
you from Louisiana.
He was just being correct. He was like, well, with the spaghetti, not just like the spaghetti. Like
Yeah,
it's this
got a little
ingredient.
extra razzle
So
dazzle.
he had to let
Hey, you from
everybody know.
Louisiana? You
Is
from
that
Louisiana?
what's
Like
going
that's
on in the
where
world?
they
Is
told me
this
not to
what's
do
happening
it.
out here?
Oh, but so to circle back around, 'cause I
Welcome.
don't think we heard from Mike and Nico. So Mike and Nico, what's doing too much a weekend for y'all, for a woman?
You know, I'm a sucker for love. So a weekend, I'm already like, did you eat today? Did you drink your water? So, it's not.
We love
It's
that,
hard
Mike.
for me to find something that's doing too much.
Me too.
Like if 2 days in, she's like, I want to cook you a dinner. I'm like, like say less.
Aw.
Mike eating the spaghetti. All right.
Period.
He
Nico?
said,
I'm a Florida
He
boy.
love
I'm
you,
definitely
Mike.
spaghetti.
He asking for seconds.
Yeah, what? How you think we got this beard?
I feel like if you cook for me right off the rip, you're doing that for everybody. Now I don't feel special. Like
Nah, that's like
oh my, you cannot go into an relationship thinking that.
What? Don't you take a lot of
You-
people out to dinner?
let me
Like,
work for
you do that
it.
for everybody. What's the difference?
Like, oh my gosh, you got
But
your
let
hair
me
done for
work
our
for it.
date. You do that for every date. Like, oh my, you will be so miserable thinking that. Like, oh,
yeah.
she or he doing that for how many other people they doing for?
But
I'm like,
certain
bro,
things,
sometimes you are just special. And yes, you don't know initially, but like, go into it with the faith that you are.
but certain things
Don't
though.
question what they did for everybody else.
No,
Hold
but
on.
certain
That's
things like that is like you feel connected through the eating and the vibing. Like you doing that you setting that vibe for everybody. Like
See, I'm cocky. I'm gonna be thinking, I think I got it. So I'm gonna be like, hey, because I got it like that.
Anything a girl do for me is like because I'm just that dude. Like I swear, I'm like, yo, I just feel like that.
Okay, so the last question was like, what's like wrong in today's world? Or like, has today's dating world changed how we thought? That right there is a huge issue. Like, why are we constantly comparing this nice experience to their past experiences? Like, just go into it with an open mind. Like, just experience each other. It might not work out, but that's the risk it takes. There's everything that actually is fulfilling in life comes with risk. Financially, romantically, everything in life. So it's like if you're always going to be like thinking like a job, imagine you get a nice paying position job. Would you not take it because other people were offered that before?
That's not the same thing. That's the same thing. That's the same thing.
So she's an amazing woman. Why would you not just accept this nice experience?
I'm not off. I didn't say she broke the boundaries. I'm like, it's the last time I'm speaking to her. But I want to kind of earn the right to like, yo, I cook, but I don't cook for everybody. This is,
Even if you do care for them, because I imagine at this point you've dated more than one woman that you felt like was special or was great or that you wanted to get to know on that level, and you probably did some of the same things for different people. What makes that any different?
So you keep it fresh, Nico.
Yep. You don't do the same things.
I don't go to the same outings.
I'm buying it.
I like to vibe with the person and get to know them and what they like and what we can do together. Okay. I don't do the same layout because if she don't like roses, but I'm like, oh, let's go. Oh, she don't like apple. Let's go apple picking. Because I went with every girl. It don't make sense. Like, it got to make sense.
Strategic.
The last girl likes roses, and then I like roses. So you're not going to get me roses because you got roses for the last girl. That would piss me off.
I'm just saying, like, I'm going to figure out what we get, what we like, what we vibe together with.
I absolutely do not. Because if you're like, what kind of flowers do you like? I like roses. Well, my last girl like roses, so I'm sorry, you getting tulips. I'd be like...
Not to get tulips.
I'm not going that far with it.
Are we okay?
Certain things, another girl can say, "Oh, he did that with you too." No.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel that way when it comes to like sex? Do you be like, "Yo, she did that to another dude," or like, you did that to another woman?
That's what I was thinking.
That's a very valid question.
First time having sex and she shows out, do you be like,
she must have did that to another nigga?
Oh, that's her move.
And you just gonna stop it in the middle. That's insane.
Who taught
you that? Insane.
But Nico, I say this like this, man. I respect you for like be able to switch it up. Because when I was in LA, I definitely had a go-to like spot. I was taking like any girl I would date. It's on Magnolia Boulevard in North Hollywood. It's called Eat. I just want y'all to know that right there. Food is banging. I commend you for being able to switch it up. So that's all.
Drew,
see, Nico worried about the wrong folks rinsing and repeating. See, it's your own kind. It's your own kind over there rinsing and repeating. Hold on, but what you gotta also consider is no, I'm a Southern girl and I'm a country girl. My people cook, we cook for everybody. Like everybody get some food. If I'm in the kitchen, you gonna eat this food and you gonna like it. And you're not gonna like it because I want you to. You gonna want me to cook again. When I cook, you're gonna keep wanting me to cook. It's gonna be a thing. It's just natural and it's also like a cultural norm in the South.
I think it is very cultural.
Nico know how many times you been on my house and you ate my food and you ain't my man.
Hospitality, yes.
Look, I can at least appreciate and respect, I guess, like where he's coming from, whereas he's looking for a specific dynamic. And it's like, I want to feel as though I earned something as opposed to it being volunteered. And I get that. I think that's kind of like a real masculine trait where you like, look, I want to feel like I did this. And this was given to me as almost like a reward for me either behaving properly or maybe hitting certain metrics, whatever it is. But I want to feel like I accomplished something or rewarded for an So I get where you're saying. I'm not necessarily saying but I give you confidence.
I say everything. I said
you can have that at work.
Contracts and jobs and shit. I ain't gonna let
you. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna say one thing and then we're gonna go to the next question. But how would you know?
Yeah, I could lie to you.
How would you know that?
I love lying.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking.
right.
I'm joking. Relax.
He just tried to gaslight us on that one. I
A little
see.
bit.
Right. I said,
Okay,
whoa.
relax.
We'll circle back to it. We ain't gonna let you on that one. Okay. But the next
Mm-mm.
question: do you believe people settle more often out of fear, timing, or comfort?
D, all the
Yes.
above.
Yes.
Yes.
Nowadays,
Yes.
nowadays, nobody wants to
Um,
settle. Everybody thinks they're above it all. Like, I don't want to settle. That's beneath me. Instead of that's probably right on your lane. Everybody.
That's what they say.
Right.
But in real life, what
It
they
is-
be doing? Have you seen the people
Mhm.
they go with?
Actions.
Like, have you seen these? Man, I done seen some of these finest women with some of the most regular looking dudes. Like, and I'm not saying that you can't. It's got to be more than superficial, blah blah blah. But when you see like the dynamic, energy dynamic, then you get a little more details what's going on. I'm like, yo, you was just not wanting to be alone, did you? You just wanted some companionship. You wanted to feel appreciated. So I think some people, you get a little older, you start to get that 30 behind your name. You know what I'm saying? People start, or behind your age, like, oh shoot, I gotta do this. Timing. Sometimes it's like, well, sometimes we get wrapped in a fairy tale. I'll be quiet real quick. I'm gonna land my plane, but like, you get wrapped in a fairy tale too because of the way you met somebody like that. So yes, I think all of the above.
I mean, I think in today's economy, I have, I done been around the block a few times, and right now it's financially more smart to settle the place where I am right now. Have you seen the tariffs? So yeah, I'm gonna settle today because it's just smart for my wallet.
You are actually so right. I see that a lot. Like, there's this girl, this lady. I forgot her name, but I love her. But she's like the the sprinkle girl, and she tells all these women like, don't date for love, like date for money. And
Date for
my
money.
generation is definitely on that wave, like just dating solely for money. He doesn't have to be
can't do it.
attractive. He could be this and that. I can't do it.
I can't do it. I'm so sorry.
I tried.
Well, how
But
much money?
it's just
That's why
I
they're
can't fake
unfulfilled
it.
and unhappy because money is not
Yes.
enough.
Money is
It's
not
not.
enough.
It's
Thank
a big
you.
factor.
Love
It's a
is
big
not enough.
factor. But it's not enough.
Yeah.
Finances are important. It's the number one reason for divorces. So we're not gonna act like it's not a big deal. But like a lot of women will just be like, just find a rich man. Like I've had so many of my because most of my friends are older, and they'll tell me like, when you were in college, that's the time you should have found a man. Like you should have got your degree,
Oh
but like
God,
found a man.
no.
I
I don't
couldn't
even like them for real.
because I live my life the way I live it now because it is me. I don't need anyone to pay for anything, and I
That
love
part.
that. So I think I do agree with you. Like it is all the above. I feel like especially when you hit 30 and you're not where you want to be. When you're not where you want to be, now you're like, clock is ticking. I have some very successful women in my life, and they're 35, 36, whatever, and they do well for themselves. They're not really pressed because they go on those vacations, luxury vacations. They buy the bag, they buy this, so they're not worried. But some people do let age stop them. And if they're not financially okay or well in themselves, they will just be like, let me go find someone, whether he's cute or not. And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, I
desperation.
agree with you on that because even Tasha knows a certain gentleman caller that I was with in New York City. A ridiculous amount of money, and I was breaking up with that man every 2 minutes because
And blood. Dramatic.
and I don't give a fuck. Like you can't. So I
because you're good where you are.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It ain't everything because when I had it, I was like, this man got it.
He was getting on your
Everything they do annoys the way they eat, the way they breathe. Why you breathing so heavy?
Everything,
Hungry?
yeah.
Like it's just like it's just like I commend some people that do it, but I'll just be like, I can't. I'm like sitting here eating dinner with you. I can do this by myself. So I think you have the mindset like I could do this by myself.
Yeah.
You just move differently, and especially when you love yourself and you love your alone time. Like I live alone, so I love hanging out with myself. So it's like if you're in my space and I feel any kind of ick, I don't care. I don't care about the money. I don't care how cute you are. I don't care about none of that.
Clock that T.
Cheers to that. Yeah, cheers to that. I mean, I know the question is, do we think people do? But I can only speak for me, really. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not settling for comfort, for timing. I mean, life is really too good right now. Like, I only get one life. Like, let me really live it up. I've been in this body as long as I have. Like, it's going to be okay if I go a little longer, too. And then if something comes, then okay. If I'm uncomfortable, then let's grow through that. Like, it doesn't mean I need to go find a person, please. There's plenty to do. I cannot settle. No, I want mine to be the finest. Love him down. I want him to be about me, baby. Can't get enough. Yes, that is my favorite one right there. No, I'm not settling. I'm sorry. Can't. Next. Not my story plot.
Like, is young. Stop putting a timestamp on 30.
Yes, I have so much life.
But some people be saying, "Oh, this is settling." What's not settling, right? Because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I'm not settling for this. I'm not settling for this."
Settling.
But what is people's parameter of what's not settling for? What is that cut off? What's that? What is that?
So I think for me, I don't feel like I ask for too much, you know, but I do feel like if there's something I'm just really not happy with in dating, then I probably won't be happy with it settling down with them either. So like, am I doing them a service or am I doing myself a disservice? Because at the end of the day, like I said, one life. So you mean to tell me I'm going to go through life when I could have chosen, and that sounds crazy, but I could have chosen better, you know, based off of me knowing myself the best and taking the time to know myself as far as I could go before I decided to be with someone. Did I choose the best? And I think it takes time for you to really get to know yourself so you can choose the best, because there are plenty of people out here that have beautiful marriages, beautiful relationships where they actually took the time to make sure they were compatible, to figure out what they were going to accept and not accept, and figure out what they were going to grow with this person through. And then they made a decision and they said, we're going to do this life thing together. So if I'm going to do something like settling down, yeah, I'm going to take my time to do my research, and I'm not going to just go for the first thing that comes to me and looks really good. I've had plenty of men come to me and look really good. The money was right, baby.
On paper.
The house was great. Yes, pay my rent and take me shopping and we going on vacation, all those things. But there are other things other than the money, other than the providing. I can do that myself. So like, if we're going to do the whole life thing, I had better like you. You had better be my favorite thing on this earth.
I'll say this because I'm 39 and being single is funny. I've been single like literally like 90% of my adult life, right? So I feel like I found myself in different stages.
You wasn't just booed up?
Oh, we gonna bring that up
for 2 seconds. He wasn't my man.
Damn.
See, you just want to air me out already. We already
having a moment.
About he messy.
Shoot, you know what I got going on, but that's what I'm saying. It gets tough because you go these long bouts where you don't feel like you have any successful matches, or nobody's giving you even like, if we saying the list, like the bare minimum, you know what I mean? Nothing to be excited about. So you do, right. I have found myself in situations where I have settled, or I have entertained someone that I probably wouldn't have entertained because nobody else is on my line. You know what I mean? And and especially I'm getting to the age where if I want to have kids, that may not be an option for much longer. So all those things, new things come into play with age. So I do feel like age is probably the biggest thing, and people always compare themselves to everybody else's situation too. So that on top of it, it's tricky. It's tricky, especially as a woman. I know guys like y'all can play forever and ever and ever.
As long as our blood pressure is good, you know what I'm saying? Keep it
and they wear briefs and boxers instead of briefs. They let them hang. They get some circulating air in there. You know, there's a bunch of many factors. You know, you stop ODing on the caffeine. You stop ODing on your own hand jobs, and there's a myriad of things that intercede in them going for a lifetime. We gonna stop that now. That's a false narrative. We done went through a whole little trifecta of the problematic reasons as to why it's not ideal for anyone. If you're settling for money, that's literally you and your greed. And greed gets nobody anywhere. Literally gets no one anywhere. And let's also remember, you want to be with this individual who got more money than you, the prenup coming. What terms you fighting for? What backbone you got to stand on? And then, okay, when the divorce comes, who paying for your lawyers? Are your lawyers gonna match theirs? Like people just not thinking long term, and they also just not considering enough. And then there is the the societal pressures. Then you got mom and dad, grandma trying to.
Where the grandbabies at?
I nipped that in the bud with mine. We're not even. I'm sophomore year. I let them know I'm not having no kids for you. I'm not getting married for you. So don't ask me no more. That's it. I had to reiterate that one more time, and then that ended it for everybody. Because I was like, yeah, y'all need to get together and make sure y'all all on the same page with me. It's a
Do
no.
you want any
And so
children at all?
it's an evolving concept that I play around with from time to time. But like settling, I think that there are people out here settling like crazy because what they're really chasing for they can't find, and they just want a companion. It's really about having a partner and a companion. That's what people are looking for, and they think that they can use these other elements or components of people's characteristics and qualities to fill in the gap of the love that you really are like seeking from a companion. Don't cheat yourself.
No, I think
Sometimes
now my comment on you just have to have money. It was my rebuttal to what you just said is because, okay, so like I've noticed on social media, like men will be like, oh, when women turn 30, like their prime or their worth goes lower, and men, their worth goes up. And my rebuttal is always, if you have money. Like if you're older and you want that younger chick, understand it's always gonna be transactional.
Yeah.
Always. So that's why I said that. Like, yes, because usually a lot of men seem to value women on like their ability to have kids. And I guess like after 30, they think like you're just done for, even though we're in 2025 and I literally have a stepmom that's 50 years old and just had a baby. So it's just like,
Good.
right. And
God
so like,
bless her.
All right, let's move to the next question. Do men and women experience heartbreak differently?
Absolutely.
Hell no.
no.
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
that was a hell no.
Different
What
times,
was the hell no?
same way.
Yeah, different
times, same
times.
way.
The timing is different. Yeah, we feel
Yeah.
the same. Yeah, I was in a situation where like, she was the first thing I thought about in the morning, last thing I thought about at the end of the day, and then like it was over. Anyone called me, and I'm like, but why? And then you start going like through all your little insecurities and thinking about, it's like, well, what if I did this different? And like, well, maybe if I talk to her and say this. All it and just sitting there crying. Yo, I'm gonna tell you that. The tears never came. That's the thing about it. Because like as a man, you want to cry, but for whatever reason, the tears don't come. I almost envy women because y'all can at least cry and get it out.
Me quite a song.
Like, I thought, but listen, when I was going through my stuff, I thought, listen, if I could just cry, I would feel better and I could move past it. But as a man, the tears don't come. I'll cry like if like my team won the Super Bowl or something. I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, that's great. I'll cry if somebody that I know has overcome something great, and let's say they graduated with a degree and they had to do it like like the hardship and they overcome it. Like I cry for that kind of stuff. That stuff get me. You know what I'm saying? I cry over a movie, like you know what I'm saying, Forrest Gump. But like, hey, listen, man. When he was sitting there and Jenny was in the grave, he was like
so Apostle talking.
But you know what I'm saying? But like, when it comes to like my own heart and my own pain, I don't cry, and I can't. I was trying to make it, and it didn't come. You think about it, you start talking to total strangers, you're like, but let me tell you something, yo. But like, when I talk like, you tell me, like, we really do.
If you're
really
local bartenders,
we really go through it, bro. So yeah,
funny.
Definitely.
Okay, Drew. First of all, thanks for sharing. I only said yes because I feel like the guy always comes back, but I'm already over it. I'm already done.
Anytime.
Yeah,
how do you do that?
It hurt me when it was happening. And yeah, I'm gonna let this go. And after I get that last good cry out, hey baby, it's time to move on. It's time to keep it pushing. Not to say it takes me like a couple days. No, heartbreak has taken me a year and some change. You know, it has. But I feel like ours happens as soon as it's done. I'm finna start processing it now because I can either do it now or I'm gonna have to do it later. And later life might be great. I can't waste time. I gotta keep going forward. So like I always feel like when the guy is ready to come back and be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was so wrong. I this and I that. At my job, I had a man come back from college and sit in my office and pour his heart out and say, oh, you were so right. You were right about this. You were right about that. Baby, thanks. Now we're both on the same page. That's great. Sorrows and prayers, but no.
I think as a serial terrorist who will often spin the block, because I'm a terrorist. I'm a spin the block.
You definitely do.
And I think a lot of times why I choose to do that is, one, I take breakups very hard. It takes me forever to get over anybody. And then when I do spin the block, because I always am going to, when I do, it's usually because, one, I want an opportunity to atone for whatever fucked up reason. Because if I'm most likely the problem. So I would like an opportunity to atone in some way. When I can't get that opportunity, then I'm in real shambles. But usually, I just need to make up for whatever fucked up shit I probably did.
And that's why I leave y'all on red every time y'all come back. Every time. Every time. You just be sitting there talking to yourself. Come over here if you want to. You're going to be outside. I don't open the door for strangers. My brother can pop up right now. Guess where he going to be at? Downstairs.
Damn.
You need to call before you come. You need to be healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries.
You have an appointment? I'm not playing about them boundaries, baby. No, you could have never thought that.
I curated this space to be a sanctuary of peace and like calm and joy. Like you just, and I don't know what you got going on, so I need to be prefaced before you come up in here making a ruckus.
No, up to the ruckus.
I'm like Sarah. I'm a good, how's your grandma?
Oh no.
How's your cat?
No. See,
did you get your cat that good food?
Before.
Don't make that spaghetti for nobody else.
Tell your mama
you're gonna be telling it to yourself. Yeah.
I take breakups hard. I'm sliding down the wall crying, like listening to old school.
Your type has gotten me before. How's the nephews? How's the nieces? Oh, don't let it be a graduation. I'm coming.
Did you have that presentation at work? How did that go?
Ever been Cash App? I finally blocked somebody, and to get my attention, and I sent it right back.
Wow.
You're a strong soldier.
You are, because I'm gonna cash out, baby.
Nuh-uh, hold on, because it's like we talked about earlier. I don't need it. I got this, and I continue to be blessed.
I did try Zelle. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I did what was the message?
What was it? It was her and her sister. They was at a restaurant and they had like posted something on like the IG store or whatever. I was like, let me sell her $150 to cover the bill. And maybe she sent me up. She said, "Appreciate it. Be sure to do that." I was like, "Look, don't worry about it. It's just let you know that I'm good. Like, just like it's no hard feelings. And I want us to be cool and all that." She didn't say nothing else after that, bro. I was like, "Don't do that."
Take the money and ran.
Drew, did you mess up so bad that you understood why she reacted that way? Like you understood that response?
No, that didn't end because I messed up. That ended because of like other stuff. That was just a situation where it was like a long distance situation. But I'm just saying, like, I did try the Zelle route, so I was making a little money.
So she just didn't want to let you trick. She was just like, no, like, keep your money. She was just being respectful then.
Well, she took the money, so I ain't like.
Okay, I'm gonna take that money back. Cheers to the girls' weekend.
So, like, I don't do it no more. But yeah, I've been there.
Last question of the segment. So, what would dating look like for you if it was completely on your terms with no pressure, no expectations?
Go ahead.
If it's completely on my terms, I'm not saying I'm poly, okay? But no, I'm just starting out with how I'm about to say this. If it's completely on my terms, so I hate to do like I'm an Aries. I've dated a lot of men that are actually the naggers. I'm not the nagging type at all. I've dated men that are very weird, they're like, you're too friendly. And I was like, yeah, I'm friendly. Are you weird? Like, so allowing me to like travel, or not even just travel, but like I'm living in a new city right now. Last year I lived in a different city. Like I'm obviously gonna meet people, and that includes men and women. I have grown up with a lot of homeboys and a lot of homegirls. So like if you're weird about me having homeboys, no. Like I need someone that's very secure and trust me, because I'm not the kind of girl that's like, that's my brother and we slept together. No. On my terms is like, you just trust me and let me just still curate these amazing relationships with different people, and I love to travel, and I love to get to
Like
know
friendships.
different people. I don't want to just I love my women. I love having homegirls, but I have both. I do need both. That to me, and you just letting me just be my little social butterfly self. That's what I see in a perfect relationship.
But what do you mean by social butterfly? Like you said, like have friends, like just friends. That's what you mean?
Yeah, just friends, but like if we're at a like say we're in Barbados and we're on vacation, say like I'm starting to dance and a man comes up to me and he wants to dance, but he's like from there, you could tell like a local. I need you to be secure in yourself where I'm just gonna start dancing with him and it's cool because I'll
What?
eventually like move to you, but like that
But
whole
you okay
jealousy
for me to do the
stuff.
same?
Oh yeah, I would love that. I would
Okay.
love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I
All right,
definitely nothing I ask for I do not. I'm like, yes, I'll take a video. So yeah, I'm usually that cool girlfriend, but I'm used to naggers who don't see life the same way I see it.
With your homeboys, when you get a hug from your homeboys, are they like doing the Michael Ealy, lifting you up, spinning you around thing? Like,
I actually have boyfriends that are like my best friend. Like he and I play video games together late nights, and then like we used to
how
go out to
late?
eat together and play video games. But I used to play video games with my homeboy playing GTA till like 11 p.m. But it was never gonna be like crazy late nights. But like, and in my like all my other boyfriends didn't care about him, but it's because he was flamboyant. Now let me hang out with a masculine man like y'all. It's probably gonna be a different story. And see, you can't judge my friends like that.
Yeah, see, I have a masculine best friend and I'm not giving him up. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Exactly.
He's been through a lot of my life. He is I'm from North Louisiana, but I live in South Louisiana. That's just about the only family I have. I'm sorry, I'm not giving him up. And I mean, like, our relationship is respectful. If I need something or if something's going wrong, I'm going to call him because that's the closest family I have. I'm not giving that up for you. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
So would you say y'all are like a girl's girl? Like you know how they say you're a girl's girl. So if the girlfriend has set her boundaries, would you respect the boundaries
That's
of
not
the
for
other
me.
With
woman?
our
I mean, I'm
homeboys?
going to be respectful of
Yeah.
my friend, but I don't have to be respectful of her boundaries. That's a boundary he is going to have to fix on his own. But I'm always going to be respectful of my friend.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
not really her responsibility.
Yeah, that's not my job.
That part has nothing. Her being a girl's girl has no. If he has a girl and that's her best friend, she don't have no responsibility to that. She can respect that
I'm not
relationship
dating her.
because of her friend. But
Yeah.
right, dating her.
I take it back because I like how I just told y'all like when I like play video games like now to 11 with my homeboy. Once he has a girlfriend and he's like she's not gonna be cool with us FaceTiming for 5 hours playing the video
Okay.
game, we're cool. Like we could do like a little hour like
Yeah.
every now.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
do respect it in that sense because I was like I don't want to piss off my boyfriend. Like there are boundaries I would set. Like if my boyfriend's like you want to FaceTime with him for like 5 hours a day, like unless
If
y'all
that's
making money
his decision
streaming.
on the boundary, then I'm okay with it. But I
Yeah.
will not be adjusting my life to fit her boundaries because I'm not dating her.
As a man, like, okay, I got a number of women friends, right? Purely platonic. However, once they get in relationships, experiences taught me I got to take a couple steps back because I tend to, I don't know if intimidate is the word, but like I understand how I present. Like I'm not small, like I'm not bad looking, you know, a little bigger. It goes back to college. And when dudes be asking the girl, what about Drew? Who Drew? Like, wait, why you always talking to Drew? Like, what's up? Like, why? And then like the girl's like, yeah, he was real. He always was worried about you. He always said it. I'm like, what? Really? I was like, I appreciate the compliment. You know what I'm saying? Dude, think I got it like that. I mean, you know, I low key think so too. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, when my like lady friends get boyfriends, I take a couple steps back. I'm a little distant.
Yes,
you know
same. Same.
And
I agree with you, Drew. I agree with you, Drew. I agree with you.
Matter of fact,
I agree
an
with
example. Tasha, when we was at your apartment for the get together, right?
Whoa.
And you was booed up like Nico said.
Oh no, not 1-on-1. Relax. Ain't nobody.
They put all the toxic
business
business out.
1-on-1. These are just my homeboys. But go ahead.
No,
my girl like this.
He said, no, Tasha, my people. Like you know what I'm saying? So we start chilling, whatever. She booed up. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like
people too.
you be like, all right, you know, so when you was booed up, no, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, let me not do anything because I hate when it's not that I hate, but I always know that I'm getting sized up some way, and it is what it is. Like I just kind of accept that.
One of my homegirls, I went to her wedding, and I never met the husband, So I go to the wedding. So he's like, "Oh, you Nico, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You." So he's like asking me questions to make sure I guess it matched up to what she said. He's like, "We met her?" I'm like, "Oh, we went to school together." I'm like, he like I feel like he was going down the list. In my mind, I'm like, "Bro, you're marrying her. I don't want your girl."
You get interrogated, yo. The questions.
Bro, I'm like, "Bro, I don't want your girl, bro. You can have her."
He didn't want you to speak at the Speak Now Forever Hold Your Peace card.
Right.
You got to check me on through that too. Like, bro, I don't want your girl. Like, I know people who play that fake brother roast. They were like, once I call you the sis, like I told my mom and meet my sister. She's like, shit, I ain't know how to do the daughter. I've had it happen to me all the time. Like, who's him? Who's this nigga? You cut him off, delete him out your pictures. Like, don't take pictures with him. I'm like, bro,
I'm not doing that.
Even when y'all are saying this, because even when Drew was saying like, you know, how you present and you take that into account when you're around your female friends, like when y'all are around and I have a little situation, you know, that never even crossed my mind. Like it never crossed my mind, because in my mind, if he's bringing it up, he ain't my type no more, because you went
no more.
Like I wouldn't even bring him around if
girls do it.
Relations.
I've been
Stop. Yes. I'm sure there's billions of us, I'm sure, but I hate when men just assume that, because there has been times where I've been at parties and I'll tell my boyfriend like, hey, just so you know, like this guy. But it's like me, if I invite y'all to, if I'm throwing a kickback, why would I be inviting? I'm not about to invite someone to have to like past relationships and and if you think I'm that kind of person, then why are you dating?
What about
dating?
What about
dating me?
Good friends after, right? So this young lady. No, listen, hear me out. Let me finish. So this young lady that we dated for a little bit, we became cool, like real cool. Like it didn't work out, but it was like, yo, we as friends, like we really cool. She get married, whatever. She tells her husband about me, and so I meet him. The most awkwardest handshake ever. This is like, in my mind, I'm like, if he ready to square off, I'm ready. So like, like times like I'll call her, like he like, oh, what's up, Dom? Like we'll have just put on speaker. We all speaking, and she let him know, like, yo, like, yeah, me and like messed around, but like that's really a friend of mine. Like, and he's married. I met the husband, and he cool with that. Like, I'll call her sometimes, and she like, yo, we in the movies now. We'll call you back, or if she's not, we were all speaking together. I said what up, and he said what's up.
Yeah, funny.
To me, it was weird when it happened. I was like,
that is weird. That's very inappropriate to me. That's very inappropriate. And I'll be honest, like I've had homeboys that obviously like have found me attractive, have some people have had feelings for me and all this. And I do tell them to this day, I have friends like that. And I'm like, well, now that you've said you've had these feelings, like once I date someone, you will be cut off. That's how I move, at least. Like if I know you've been kind of just being a placeholder in my life and you're cool, but like you're not actually a friend, I tell them like, you know, now I'm single, like it's cool, but like once I date someone and I tell you that, you're getting cut out, because I don't want my boyfriend around people that are just waiting. Been so many videos and skits about men were like the best friends, like, oh, your boyfriend broke up with you, come to my house. And that's never gonna be me.
Played that movie Brown Sugar.
No,
no brown sugar,
but I need to watch that too. So Peyton Place and Brown Sugar are on my list.
And Love and Basketball. It was friends.
Okay.
I didn't watch Love and Basketball.
They were neighbors in Love and Basketball.
That is my favorite movie.
I didn't watch any of these movies that you guys are naming. I'm so sorry.
Oh, girl.
I feel so much better because they made me watch Friday in college.
You said you never watched these movies.
None of these movies.
You were busy playing video games. You wasn't watching the movies.
Right.
All right. So
we got to do the black card. Put the black card on the table.
Right. All right. So I say this. Ideally, to answer the question, though, dating for me, that was if it's no pressure and, you know, under my own terms, it would almost be like a second job, but not quite. Like, so basically, I still got enough time for my alone time to go to the gym. I got enough time, maybe get a game or something in on PlayStation, how I do. And then, like, you know, we can go ahead and then, okay, you know, she's understanding about that. And then maybe, and she hits me up, hey, and we have a conversation, we talk, or do we go out, or we just kick it and chill and watch, you know, whatever. Like, in my mind, you know, I think that would be like ideal on my terms, right? Where it's just like, yeah, and even and on top of that, like even when we're together, but maybe she's doing her own thing, but we like in the same apartment, like whatever. Like she over there, I'm playing the game, or she's watching TV and I'm writing a new video or studying, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be ideal for me. I ain't gonna hold you, like on pressure, but you know.
I agree a lot with Peyton in the sense that, like, people who really know me, I'm extroverted to the core. I'm like life of the party everywhere I go. I'm very social. I can talk to strangers 24/7. So
like y'all my new friends.
Yeah, you just got to be secure in yourself, because I can't not be who I am. I have to. I'm gonna do everything I'm gonna do. It's just because this is my natural ability to do so.
Literally,
in your shit. Because
understand me.
At the beginning of this video, like while we were waiting, like you would have thought we been friends, in my opinion. With all y'all, like I feel like we would just start talking. Like I wasn't like, "Hi guys, I'm Peyton." Like we were just like,
let's get into it.
Like that's not when I did it. Men, they were like, "You're too friendly." I'm like, "Absolutely, I'm friendly." First off, in corporate, it's gotten me. So I'm just like, why are you hating on me being friendly? Like relationship building is so important in life.
So important.
And just fulfilling yourself, your career, everything. So that's why I was like, well, why aren't you? You get to date people that are just like you. Like they say opposites are attract, but to an extent.
To an extent.
We
have to be similar in some way, or you're going to end up resenting probably the best part of me.
Exactly.
Just can't get with that. I'm sorry.
Right, you can't want to change who they are to the core, right? Because if that's who you are to the core, like you can be like, I'm just gonna get with her and she'll change. Like if you meet a party girl, if you meet a party girl, you can't be like, now once I grab her and settle her down, she'll stop partying. Like
party girl for life.
Exactly.
Let's stop right there, because what I'm not gonna do is change the way I behave because you're around me. If I have to change who I am to the core, I'm sorry. Mwah. Wish you the best.
Well, I was in the party scene a lot in college. This one guy was like, "Oh, I'm a promoter, and so like I'm gonna let tell you all like the moves tonight, this and that. Let me get your Instagram, dude. That's my number." My ex got so mad and decided to walk around the hotel gate and get other girls' numbers. And I said, lo and behold, I really don't care. And I said, but you're not gonna go out with me then? Because I said, you know the only way you could get in these VIP rooms
is because of me.
No, you don't get the bitch. Oh my god! So
we live the same life.
I hope they bought a VIP for you, because you're not coming with me. And then guess what? After that, I went out and had a blast. And I was like, yeah, like, do you realize you only get these benefits if you walk in with me? Because I know the promoters.
Going back to the actual question, I would say, to answer this on my terms, I just want some consistency. I need some acts of service. I need you physical touching me, and I need you making that quality time to be physical touching me, because I need that on a regular. Like I need to have, I need an intellectual. I need somebody who's going to stimulate my mind, challenge my opinions, challenge my ideas, make me think outside of my box. You know, that is really what is most exciting for me, and why most times, even when I go outside without the intention of, picking somebody up and bringing them back home, I go outside literally to talk shit. I go outside to literally have a verbal tete-a-tete with people, especially men sitting at the bar, because I'm trying to see, what can we talk about today?
What can we talk about today, baby?
Yeah, like
let's get into it. That is my favorite pastime, Lala, please. What
I love pulling up at the bar. Yeah. And I'm plotting on you. Like I'm sitting at the bar, I'm having my drink, I'm eating my apps, and probably ordering a little bit too much of everything else. But I'm looking for my usual suspects that I can have some fun with. Because I know who you are. I know who you are when you pull up. It's so exciting.
What do you mean usual?
You know when somebody pull up and they got a mouth on them, like,
hey, let's get to it. Oh, my mama.
It's literally how they talk to the bartender and how they order their drink. It is what they're wearing when they came in the room, and it is how they walked in that room when they was wearing it. I know you about to be a good time.
We about to have a good time.
Yes.
That's facts.
I just went to this place called the Market because I live in Columbia, South Carolina, so usually ain't nothing here. So I went to this place called the Market, really cute place actually. And this white guy came and he just like the way he sat was like we went to the bartender and he was like, you know my usual, and then the
Let's
bartender
get
was like,
into
oh
it.
yeah, like, you want a shot? And he's like, yeah, but who here wants a shot? And I said, I want a shot. And then lo and behold, we became the best of friends. I thought he was gay. He's actually engaged, so that was fun. But
All right. Now it's time. That time for another segment of Red Flag, Deal Breaker, or No Big Deal. This is when I ask y'all scenarios, present them, and then you let me know if it's a red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal. Let's go ahead and get started.
The echo's killing me.
Check it out. Here go the scenario. They don't believe in therapy and say talking doesn't fix anything. Is that a red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal?
deal breaker.
Oh, yo, watch her.
It's the red one.
It's the red one in the
And
black,
it's
right?
And it's a deal breaker. Yeah, like
Deal
boy,
breaker.
blocked
Already know.
immediately.
Already know. I would say no because off the rip, don't like therapy. However, this is my first year doing therapy, so I can't judge. However, thank you.
Yes,
However,
congrats.
however, the fact that you think talking won't get you anywhere, already know. Yeah, we gotta just scrap
Girl,
it
you're
all the
setting
way.
yourself for so much frustration
No, because
instead
why
of
haven't you
willing for
talked to
any of
anybody?
that. Exactly. And that's y'all, that's a whole different
No.
conversation. In the black community, we can get into that, but that's a whole different
No,
conversation.
you need to talk to that lady. Yeah, you need to
Mhm.
talk to that
Or that
lady.
man.
Don't make it out.
I will not be assuming therapist roles anymore.
And I don't put that on my friends. And that was an issue I used to have when I was younger. I didn't. My friends did not deserve that. Love them, but they are not therapists. So
Anybody
No.
who is smart knows that you need to talk to a legal professional because legally
Yes.
they got their motherfucking mouth shut. So why is you talking to anybody? And I'm gonna
And
tell you,
so
I do not have the space for this today.
Mm-hmm.
But
you need to
don't
have a safe space.
corner me in a place where I feel mattered and needed because you talked to me. No, I won't be assuming that.
Yeah.
Don't
I
ever.
won't be assuming that.
I
That is a
will
slippery
never.
slope. That is a slippery slope. And let me tell you, I think I actually put myself in that situation, feeling for someone and being empathetic for someone who I didn't see have a strong support system, a community. And I took it upon myself to be the person that is the voice of reason, can hear you, give you the space to be able to share your feelings. And sure enough, you got so comfortable that you thought you could talk about the last one. Hey, I don't want to hear
Nope.
that. I don't want to hear that. You are breaking my heart.
What makes it more of a red flag and deal breaker is the lack of self-awareness and accountability. Because you're not going to therapy because you don't want to be accountable. That's the only self-awareness that you have, is that you don't want, it's not your fault. That's all you know, is that you didn't do it, but you did. Every relationship you're in, it takes two to tango. They wasn't talking to themselves. I love to leave people talking to themselves. But when I'm in it with them, I was contributing.
Hey,
You were contributing.
hey.
So now it's time to go figure out, how do I not contribute in this way so I have this same outcome? Like, people really just are not understanding the concept of the value that brings. Like,
Agreed.
because once you start talking some things through and you hear it coming out of your mouth, what you did, you be like, oh,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I did that, if they did it to me, the way that I
Cut it.
lack of self-awareness, I can't do it. That's why you can't be over here, because I'm very aware, and I'm gonna tell you about everything that you're doing wrong, and I don't have time to be doing that, so it's not my job.
So check this out. Next scenario then. They want an open relationship, but only for themselves. Red flag, deal breaker, or
Red flag,
no big
everything
deal.
above. Everything above.
If they have a lot of money, then I understand it. But unless you're paying for my lifestyle, then it's not going to be realistic.
Even if you are paying for it, you can't put baby in a corner. So
No, I'm sorry.
no.
So that's Dirty Dancing reference for y'all that y'all didn't get it. Patrick Swayze. Never mind.
Now,
I
see
actually
what
just
I
wanted
say.
to figure out-
So she's seen Dirty Dancing, but she ain't seen Brown Sugar.
Yeah, I watched it.
Man,
I'm a little cultured.
Please.
Now whose man's is this? Now somebody come
It's
get
a no
her.
for me. I'm so sorry because clearly, some people don't mind. I mind. That's a boundary I'm not gonna let you cross. I'm so sorry. But it was fun. You're fine, baby. But
red
I gotta
flag deal
let you
breaker.
go.
Hey, hold on, I gotta ask this question. Hey, Nico, if you met a chick, right, and she said she want an open relationship, but only for her, but you gotta be loyal. He ain't going for it. Mike, we know you ain't going for it. Now,
I feel like Mike would just block. So I don't even see him responding. He would just block.
Oh,
Like
heartbeat.
the
Block list
audacity was
long.
insane. Yeah, block.
Block your blessings.
no, man. Just the level of toxicity that Nico would then spew if a woman said that to him with a straight face. I was like,
I'm too greedy for that.
That part.
nah. So check it out. They don't believe in titles. They just want to vibe and see where things go.
Been there, done that. Nah.
Red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal?
No big deal. No big deal.
Hey, Nico, baby.
I knew that.
No
We
big
all
deal.
knew that. That's why I want to go to Drew. I want to see his answer.
Oh, you want my answer?
Nico,
I've been
baby.
wanting because I already knew what Nico was gonna say. You're a mystery box.
I am right. They don't
know the
believe in
answer.
titles. That's actually a good question. Depends on how much I like her. If I really like her, yeah, I'm gonna have a problem with that. But if she kind of cool, what's up? I might be down with just vibes and see where things go. It really just depends on how much how much I actually like her. Like if I see qualities and stuff in her, where I'm like, yo, I want like you have what I'm looking for as far as core values go, as far as interests, energy, then I'm probably going to want to do that. But here's the thing, though. I'm also somewhat malleable, too. Like, I can adjust. So it's like,
Well, see, are we assuming that
How
this
long are we willing to see how the
now,
vibes?
or don't believe in titles at all?
If they don't believe in titles now or don't believe in titles at all, period. Somebody who don't believe in titles, I'm be honest with you. That's a deal breaker for me. Like, I like titles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like sports. Sports is all about winning a title. The Eagles just won a Super Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts was MVP. That's a title. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there are things that I'm into. Like, I'm Drew Comments. That's a title. Like,
Okay, Drew, how long
Put some
are
respect on
we
his name.
willing to see what the vibes are until this title? How long are we doing that?
Oh, here's the thing. If they say they don't believe in titles, I've already categorized you and put you in a box. Now, depending on how fine she is, I'm just really going to say that. How fine she is, it depends on, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, okay, well, cool. You don't believe in titles, you want to vibe and see where things go. So I'm just going to okay, as long as your energy is cool and obviously I find you attractive, then we're good. However, I'll keep you around until I meet somebody who does believe in titles and does share my values, and at that point I'll be like, yeah, yo, it was good, but we're going to wrap this up. You was cool. You were cool. You know what I'm saying? But go
okay, that's fair.
I would say that I only say that it's no big deal specifically because I suppose I'm not exactly in that kind of a situation right now. It's more of I'm kicking it with someone and we have decided to not put a title on what it is we're doing right now.
Collectively.
Yes, collectively. It's just we chilling, we getting to know one another, and then I suppose we will decide whatever those titles will be at whatever given time that happens to be. So I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay. What, Nico? What?
I'm just saying.
How long you gonna wait, Nico?
I'm a lifer, baby. We out here for life.
I
Life.
Lifer is crazy.
Nico, please.
Nico, please. Just Nico, please. Nico, please.
Nico. Toxic baby.
All right. So all right, next one. They don't have this is a good one. They don't have any close friends of the same sex. Is that a red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal? All of
Get out.
Red flag.
Bye.
Get out.
Because who is pouring into you, sweet baby?
That's like saying
Mm,
you don't have a
Now wait
good
a minute.
relationship with your
Come on.
mother. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like clearly it's
Hey,
an indication that you
I
are
beg.
problematic to your people and they have called you out on it enough times that you are too afraid to come to the altar and ask for forgiveness. And it's time for you to do that. But it's not gonna be with me on your arm trying to figure that out. No.
All
Deal
right,
breaker, red
No.
flag.
Mike. She ain't got no homegirls, bro. What's that? She ain't got no homegirls. It's
Honestly,
all knuckles.
honestly,
What
I'd
you
be more
think?
concerned. I'd be more concerned if she had no black friends. Like if she ain't got no black friends, that's more concerning
oh,
to me.
oh, all
I
right.
get that. I get that.
Yeah. So
All right.
I mean, I'm still questioning. Like, damn, you don't got no homegirls. Like, don't nobody fuck with you? Like,
Mike, your
damn.
hotel.
Right.
Right. So
Mike,
nobody.
Nobody.
Like, what did you do?
Mike, your
Right.
hotel is
She ain't
jumping
found her
out.
community yet. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'd definitely be more concerned. She gotta have black friends. Like, you ain't got no black friends, no black culture. Like,
That's good. That's good. That's good.
yeah.
I
You
get it.
immediately opened your third eye. What is going on,
Listen,
Mike?
stay, look, listen.
What is
You
happening?
gotta. This is the
This the most
Hotep channel at this point.
the most unseasoned friendship dynamic. Okay, no.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
so we got the last scenario we have is they've cheated in all their past relationships, but say they've changed. Is that a red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal? Deal.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red
It
flag.
depends. How old are they?
How old are they?
Stage in life are they?
You've cheated on all your past relationships. Like, are you
Right.
really like? Are we joking
Right.
right now? Like, I wouldn't even take it seriously. Like at that point, you're just for fun. If I just want to travel with you and just have a good time with you, cool. But taking you seriously, like because I won't say once a cheater, always a cheater, but on all your past relationships,
Crazy.
that just means that you're an insecure little boy and you
Or
need to
girl.
get some confidence, and it's not my job to give you that. I'm 27. Like I feel like I'm grown now, so like I'm not about to build you up. Like if that's your entire past, goodbye, good riddance.
Yeah, because if it's one thing, because I have cheated in the past, and I can say that it is what it is. I've cheated in the past. I have not cheated in every goddamn relationship I've been in. I'm like, that's kind of wild. So I'm like, if you're continuously doing that over and over again, but I have done it before, and I've come to terms with I know why I did it, and I hope that I'm just going to apply that to why I won't do it again.
But I think
Okay.
that's why I said how old are they? Because for me, like if you say you're 25, okay, you still figuring shit out. Like you're a child. Everything that you've done up until that point, okay, you're still figuring stuff out. I
So
don't
how many
expect you to
times
have
you
your
cheated?
stuff together, huh?
How many times you cheated?
Mind your business. Ew.
I'm
They
here
exposed
first.
But I'm saying it now. If he
exposed
pulled up and
everything
said
about
he was,
Tasha tonight.
if he pulled up and said he was 35 and he cheated on everybody he's ever, okay, you good and grown, bro.
Right.
Good and
Too much.
grown.
25. I think your 20s is still figuring shit out, having fun. That's the time
Mhm.
to play if you're gonna play. No,
Right.
we're talking
Yeah.
30 plus. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
Right.
I have to intervene.
Never
I have to
mind.
intervene. I have to intervene. As women, yes, 25 to us is very grown. But I love y'all men. Love y'all so bad. But 35 for y'all is our 25. Like
No.
honestly, I've never dated no, yeah, it is. I've
What you
never
mean?
dated a man my age. And I feel like y'all, like how we say the prefrontal cortex, y'all are late bloomers. And because I've noticed that, like as someone that has had, mind you,
Late bloomers to what?
all my friends, I have like maybe two friends my age. Most of my friends, even women, are 35. And I still feel like we all connect. Usually I would think at 35 and I'm 27, like I feel like I'm learning from them. No. Everyone, I'm like, okay, y'all are just figuring out too. Like, especially with the men, they see their value connected to their money. And most people, let's be honest, y'all, unless y'all are Nepo babies or grew up with rich parents. Even I grew up with a CEO dad. I feel like y'all don't have this certain mindset to like 35.
Wow.
I'll tell you right now, there's 40-year-olds out there wilding like they 20 something. So there really is no age limit on in
Exactly.
their capacity to be any
Agreed.
sort of fuck boy or
Childish and
fuck girl. Like
Facts.
it's not. There's no limit.
And look at
It's
Drew. Look at Drew. He's acting like a little teenage boy. See what I'm saying?
Hey, fix your crown,
Wait,
King.
did I
Fix your
just hear
crown,
her
King.
say?
She's trying to knock that shit off.
I'm not
Right,
gonna
she
hold
trying to
you,
knock your crown, King.
but I'm not gonna hold you. I definitely been wearing my do rag like this since 19. So that is a good point.
The
I
do
definitely
rag is to protect your mental frontal
like
lobe, brother.
Come on, come on,
It's
I've been
developing
wearing
frontal
my do
cortex.
rag. All right, cool. I'll get what you're saying. Sometimes we can do that, but then sometimes it takes us a little while to get into our groove too, because like for men, like if we don't come from established wealth or a significant amount of it, then you got to go and go through school and then get established in your career, get yourself to a financial level to where you can then enjoy your life and have some fun and actually afford it. So it might take us a little while. Maybe, age 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, whatever. Let me hit
I
you.
oppose it. I oppose
You
it because, especially as black men, ever
Yeah.
since high school, money is what been used to define us. If you were the
That's what
guy
I
in
was
high
saying.
school that was selling it, you had the money, the ladies wanted you with the chain, then you get older, they want you to have the car, all these things. So,
Yeah,
money was always used as like a measurement of how far we were in life.
that's
Yes.
true.
But also I think that everything's based on situational as far as like how
Who you
mature we are
doing?
at a certain age.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I
like me
get it.
personally, I met a lot
I
of brothers
so
and
agree with him.
we graduated college at 23. At 25, we're living in a whole different city with our own place.
But when I talk to a man my age, it's just like, okay, like you're not there yet. When I talk to older men, it's like, yes, like you get what I'm saying. You get like a lot of older men are like, oh my gosh, I love that you want to do this. But I've dated men that are only like 2, 3 years older than me, and they looked at me as a bill. They have looked at me as competition. They have
Yeah.
tried to. I've been through a lot of verbal abuse. Like, oh my God, like you think you all that. Like, why are you trying to do that? Like, just sit back. And I'd be like, shut up. Like, I'm doing my thing. And like older men are usually like, I love that. Yes, like,
I mean, look at Shannon Sharp.
invest
He's
in
an
the
older
stock
man,
market.
and Shannon Sharp is out here doing
You gonna
great
do
shit.
that?
So,
You gonna do that? We doing this. We doing that.
We're not talking about somebody who's trying to be an uncle daddy, but
but
like
that's what I'm
Hello?
I will
saying.
tell you,
But to your point about
right.
money, the show kind of started off with saying almost like a man can get away with stuff if he makes a certain amount of money. So if he has a certain amount of money, he can have an open relationship. If he has a certain amount of money, the red flags start to look a little green. So
No. If they're older, I've just noticed like older men are way more proud of me. They admire my ambition. They admire my intelligence. I'm not gonna say older men. It's really mainly one older man, but like I've had a supporter for all these years, and like
who?
a
Supporter,
supporter.
Oh,
not a sponsor. That was the term
Not
in
a
my day.
sponsor.
Oh,
okay.
No.
okay.
But a
Oh, okay.
supporter
Different.
that like really admires like how I'm always trying to get into these different spaces and is kind of always there for me when I'm like, I want to do this. Yes, I love that about you.
Now
Flag
that
him
I'm
up.
older, I get what you're saying because like when I meet someone, and I don't date no one younger, but when I meet someone younger and they're on that level, it is admirable because I'm like, damn, you got a lot going for yourself. Versus when I was in my 20s, it felt more like, damn, I need to do more because I'm not on your level. So now I have to compete with these 40-year
Hmm.
olds and 45-year olds. So now I'm like, I can't not so much I can't afford you, but I'm not on your level. So it's a little bit of, and it's
Yeah.
not your fault. This is, personal things that a lot of black men got to work on. We look at it as competition, and we almost look at it as, you know, it's like, I don't know, jealousy towards you because it's like, damn, you're doing so much at the same age as me, and you're able to get these guys who are 10 times further ahead. So now I'm like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I think, Peyton, it's interesting you say that because in my 30s, I also have experienced that. I experienced it in my 20s, I experienced it in my 30s, and I anticipate if I am still single in my 40s, the energy will be the same. It's literally just about us already age-wise being at a certain level, and then the expectations that are set on us at that age range of where we're supposed to be at. And everybody is not at the same place, no matter what age you're at.
Everybody their
And
own
so it's
journey.
just, yeah, but it's about that confidence and security and being where you're at and being comfortable about that, and also giving yourself some grace. But it's no different because I usually tend to date older as well for the same reason. Well, for one of the same reasons, but also like mine was just curated around my parents because my dad was 3 years older than my mom. And I seen how well that worked. And then my grandfather, same thing. He's older than my grandmother on both sides. So I just was like, it was a condition that was set based on my environment. However, I have, and I'm currently dating somebody who is younger than me, but intellectually, I'm stimulated by him more so than the 41-year-old. Age to a degree can matter, but sometimes it just doesn't when it's right.
It's all individuals. It's all individuals.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think I've been this intellectually stimulated, this adored, this much respect, this much open communication, just like all the things. That grown man, he wasn't trying to have it. He was the previous question about the no labels and just trying to see how things go. You're 41. You're 41. Your sperm is about to crash out too. Like, homeboy, wait a second.
The sperm crashing out.
Oh, that's funny.
He drinking his
We're not gonna go backwards, but like, I mean,
these young things got stamina.
I damn sure do. Vroom vroom, baby.
We've come to the part of the episode where we are going to turn the tables. If you have any questions that you want to pose to the group, it's up to you guys now, and we will just have an open chat.
I do have a question. Okay. I was on my stories just this past week, and there was a man that said, don't send me a picture that you've already posted to social media. I want a fresh one. So curious. Okay, great.
I'm sorry, is this your man?
Curious to me. I said, okay, well then what's the purpose? What's the point? Why must I, and what kind of picture is good enough? Because
any picture.
Any
picture.
No.
Why do we want a picture that we haven't
to feel special? And
yes.
That's where I get.
I'm gonna get what you gonna send everybody.
Okay, wait. I have a part two. He says, okay, if you send me a fresh picture, like I asked if it was, what about it being fresh? And he said, you post the pictures that you post on social media for attention and validation.
No, ma'am.
Oh.
And that's where I lost him.
No.
Because
I
don't even think I don't post pictures for validation or attention.
Bingo.
Okay.
Girl, he knows that too. They say that because it's like they want it to be special and send just for them. And see, that's where I get transactional. That's where I'm like, okay, if you want a special picture, send me money right now.
I will say that
money.
I am this way as well. If you post a picture on your story, and this literally can refer to any picture. This doesn't have to be anything special or specific about the picture.
Okay.
If you post a picture on your story and then you send me that same photo in a text message, I'm going to assume that you are equating me to them. This ain't supposed to be that. This is me.
What if that's the best picture I've taken all week?
Men do not think of it like that. Like, they're like, well, why don't you send me a specific picture while you're at work or getting your nails done? Like, they want a specific picture. And so usually where I get like transactional and stuff, I'm like, oh, you want that like specific toe picture or that work picture? Like, send me money. And men will send money. Men will. But it's just like,
I must not be doing it right, please.
No, you're not. You're not. Because when they say that, girl,
you gotta pay for an ankle picture.
Is this your man? Like, are y'all dating? Like, or is this just someone that's interested in you?
Someone that is interested in you. No, we're not talking about dating. Someone that is piqued interest in you, and they don't want an Instagram photo. They want a fresh, hot off the press picture.
That's weird.
Even photos of somebody that's not your man. You know what I mean? Like, why does he get that?
Pay for it.
That's not your man. A lot of effort for somebody that's not yours.
But if you're a man asking a woman for pictures, like exclusive pictures, and y'all not even talking like that, like y'all not even, that's a lame dude.
Just so that you know that this happens within like the first few days sometimes of meeting these guys. This happens within the first week of meeting guys sometimes, where they want this exclusive thing, but they don't want the exclusivity.
No.
They want to have that access.
Only thing I want fresh fresh news.
I thought that's what you said. I thought that's what you said.
I don't care about that other shit.
I'm with Nico.
I'm
You
not
don't get
sending
that
anybody
apartment
no
no more.
fresh
Why are
news
you giving me old
within a
news?
week or a couple of days.
So y'all out here
But
recycling nudes?
Oh, yeah.
no. So this is one time in
I need a
college
picture.
where before Apple decided to let you send individually, I had just thought that it would already work that way. I was light years ahead of Apple. And I was like, this is really cute picture of my ass. And so I just said, I'm sure he would like it. I think he would like it too. I think he would like it too. And I
Wow.
just sent it to all of them and they were in the group chat. And I was
The group chat? Oh, diabolical.
and then it was in the group chat. This is childish. This is childish, Lala. Like,
Diabolical. What is in your cup? What have you been drinking?
it was so funny because once I realized what I had done, I just acted like you're lucky, you're welcome, because that was a great shot of my ass. I wanted to post it on my face, but it was so good that I had it as a wallpaper on my phone. It was the past. The past is the past. You know, we evolve, we grow, and we learn from our lessons. But it was too good of a picture. I honestly did not feel
So,
sorry.
dog, you out here sending old news?
Lala, you might be my spirit animal.
Not the aminal.
Recycling dudes is crazy.
Not the
I didn't
aminal.
recycle anything. They all got a fresh one at the same time. I had just took it, and I was like, "This is impressive." I was like, "Somebody, oh, Playboy!" Like it was.
Period.
Oh, I have no stories that good.
I'm with Nico. It got to be fresh.
It was fresh. I literally had just seconds before I sent it.
See, now I'll be looking at your nails like, nah, these ain't the same nails. This is
There was
old
no,
pictures.
there were no hands in the picture. There was no hands in the picture. That was not the focal
I'm comparing
point.
the Instagram stories to the new.
No hands.
You got red. You got the white
There
tip
was-
toes. What's going on here? What's
Yeah.
No
old
hands.
shit?
Mm-mm.
I really the whole time thought you was like the quiet one. I was like, she seemed mature.
Yeah.
She a player for
Like
real.
I said,
Be them quiet ones.
I
Lala
have
has
a
range.
past life is just most people would not believe, but like I have lived a good life. A fun
Lala has
life.
range. She's a fun
Honestly.
person. Like you, like, bruh, like you ain't seen nothing like you should have seen on Clubhouse. But my gosh, she would tear a conversation up. That's my.
They
dog.
might have. They might
might.
have. I just don't want them to recall that version either. Because she was still toxic in the earlier stages of Clubhouse.
Clubhouse 2021, 2022.
Clubhouse was part of my wake up call. I was like, oh shoot, I'm out here wilding on these phones. Like boundaries.
No boundaries in there.
Not boundaries.
We didn't have none then.
Oh
We got
my
some
goodness.
now.
Lala, please.
Do we have any other questions? I'm trying to think. I don't think I have, and I asked all the questions. Anybody
Did
else
we
got any
answer your
questions?
questions, Harvey?
Yes. Question. Please don't make me laugh.
Well, I wanted to ask Tasha one, but I feel like she's been getting aired out all night.
They've been trying.
Things been firing all
So-
night.
They've been trying.
I didn't realize Tasha was on the chopping block. God
Yeah.
Listen, when
Oh, but
I got a mute.
you gotta get out Tasha every now. That's we call it TT over here.
Toxic Tasha.
listen,
Yeah.
Mike, no.
Toxic Tasha Mike can be your day ones, Tasha.
That was the last.
Yes.
That's TT over there. Y'all ain't know? Don't let her fool y'all.
Oh
So
my
I can
God.
say, okay, so what I will ask you, Tasha, what I will ask you is, as far as your current dating life today, I imagine that you definitely have your eye on what it is you want specifically, what it is you're looking for specifically, right?
Mhm.
And I suppose I don't really know the details of your last dating situation. Was there without spilling too much, was there something specific that ultimately led to the downfall of that? Something specifically against your values, or something that made you draw the line, the straw that broke the camel's back, something like that, without getting too deep into it?
Good question.
Yeah, it's funny. Like one of my every time I tell people why I stopped talking to the last dude, they was like, "What, bitch?" He was like, I just think he was. This is gonna sound crazy, and I'm trying to say it without giving too much detail, but he was just too ambitious for me. And when I say that,
Which is
there are just
I
certain
feel
things
that.
that I'm not willing to do because okay, this is your career. This is what you chose. But sometimes you can choose a career that's invasive to your partner.
Correct.
Politics. Let's say politics, for example.
For sure.
Especially these days. It's nasty.
No politicians. So sorry.
I don't want that's not what I want, and I want you to be the best and you working so hard towards this goal. I want you to attain it, right? So I don't want to hold you back because I know what I want for myself and that ain't it, baby. That's not gonna work for me. It's not gonna make me happy. I don't want to live a life that is like somebody else is always clocking me everything that I do, everything I say. Because I'm a very like I just speak freely, and I want to.
I can't go to the bar and have a drink because you worried about a page 6 reporter on the other side of the bar with a camera.
Okay, because what in the world?
No, thank you. I didn't sign up for that. I'm so
Hello.
That part. So
yeah. And I heard you, Tasha, ambitious. I saw it on the car today.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I seen it. It was on a pink Jeep Wrangler, and I was like, "Yes, ma'am."
That's hilarious.
Ladies love a new word.
Listen, y'all done made up about 5, 6 new words in the course of this
right.
conversation. Somebody said amino earlier.
Look.
When I heard it, I was like, amino crackers? Like, what's that?
Bill and Lil, Tommy Pickles, Aminal. Like, you were clearly not a Rugrats kid, okay?
Please, my stomach. Oh my God.
I was here with her, okay? I know exactly what she said.
It was the wine. It's the wine.
And it ain't the wine that I've been drinking. I can't
I tell my best friend somebody thought I was the librarian. We never got
never had any other job.
Never have I ever.
It was the cat in the glasses. I was like, oh, okay.
There you go, la. Like you
try to fool you, Mike. She ain't fooling me.
About the Dewey Decimal System. Okay, go ahead. That card catalog popping. It's over there.
Well, I did date a librarian. I dated a librarian. Yeah, I learned a lot about librarians during that time.
A male librarian.
In Miami, no less.
Oh, I love that.
Wow. All right.
I asked a dumb question. I said, "You dated a librarian?" I said, "Where'd you find him?" So I guess in the library.
I found him on Tinder, but in Miami.
Did he really work in the library though? That's like
yes. No, he was the primary librarian. No, he was the primary librarian for his branch. He hosted like children's readings for the different schools. Like he was very involved. He was very passionate about his craft.
Aw.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah,
he was a supervisor. That's
he found out that male librarians make more because of the shortage of them.
Oh, I'm about to start.
Come on, library science.
Like they make pretty decent money.
There's like in Florida, there's whole scholarships for it. Like she's not lying.
Yeah,
I love that. Please.
That's interesting.
He was a student athlete and found out about the librarian program, and he got into it. He tore something. He injured something, and then
this man was
transitioned.
He went from linebacker to librarian. That's crazy. Yo,
kind of hot.
I like that.
I have lived. There's been some characters in my past. I love a nerd. I love me a good nerd. So it was bound to happen. I could never be a librarian, but dating one, it definitely made sense.
Heard that.
Yeah.
Well, great place to end it. If there's no better finale than the library.
Well-rounded Lala.
Right. Not so much.
Yeah. Here it is, the book, Lala and the Librarian.
Okay.
Wait. I love my librarian.
Oh, no.
You tried your very best with that one.
I did. I ain't gonna hold you. I did. I tried. I did. I just threw it at the wall to see if it was gonna stick. Anyway.
That bitch slid down fast.
Players fuck up too.
All right, look. If you don't fail, you ain't trying. Well, listen, this has been a wonderful, wonderful episode of Secrets of the Opposite Sex, and our season finale. New word, finale.
New word.
We just making up new words.
I started it off.
Season 6. This is our season 6 finale. I want to thank y'all so much for coming out. We've been kicking it with Terrell, Lala, Nico, Darby, Mike, Peyton, of course, your man Drew, and I'm going to send it right back to your host with the most, the incomparable Tasha Ray. Take it away.
Well, before we close out, this is the finale, and I want to give a special shout out to Drew Comments for being my co-host all season. I appreciate you and your time, good brother. You've been wonderful. All your jokes taught us about some science, some football, all the things. Yep. And everybody else, thank y'all for being a part of this. Thank y'all for lending me your time, your opinions.
Thanks for having
us. Y'all. Y'all are amazing. Y'all don't even know how much I appreciate it. In the meantime, don't forget to download the Secrets of the Opposite Sex app and follow us on YouTube and subscribe to the podcast for updates. See you next season. Bye.